Just let that number sink in for a second. Because as of 2026, that is the staggering estimated net worth of a man who literally started his life kicking a ball on the modest streets of Madeira. Today, we aren't just talking about a footballer anymore. We are talking about a multinational corporation masquerading as an athlete. Welcome to The Explainer.
I am so thrilled to have you here. If you love understanding exactly how immense generational wealth is built, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're looking past the goals and the trophies to map out the entire financial ecosystem of Cristiano Ronaldo, and we're going to see exactly how he built a billion-dollar empire. Let's dive right in. So here's our roadmap for today. 1. The billion-dollar athlete. 2. The Al Nassr mega contract. 3. The CR7 business empire. 4. Ruling the digital world. And finally, 5. A global real estate portfolio.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the billion-dollar athlete, a league of his own.
When we say Ronaldo is in a league of his own, we're talking about sheer earning power. As of 2026, Forbes places him at the very top of the highest-paid athletes list, with an unbelievable $300 million in annual earnings. Second place? That's boxer Canelo Alvarez at $170 million, and his career-long rival, Lionel Messi, he sits at $140 million. So Ronaldo is out-earning Messi by more than double. It's just an absolute masterclass in brand capitalization.
Now, you might be wondering, how does that $300 million actually break down? Well, $235 million comes from his on-pitch activities, salary and club bonuses. But the real takeaway here is that off-pitch slice, $65 million. I mean, think about that. Even if Ronaldo hung up his boots tomorrow, his commercial endeavors alone would still make him one of the highest-earning athletes on the planet.
Moving right along to Section 2, the Al Nassr mega contract, redefining sports pay.
When Ronaldo signed his contract extension with his Saudi Pro League club Al Nassr through 2027, he completely rewrote the rulebook on athlete compensation. Get this progression across his career. Back in 2003 at Sporting CP, a young Ronaldo made roughly €99,000 a year. By his 2021 return to Manchester United, he commanded a massive £26.7 million annually. But by 2026 at Al Nassr, an estimated €208 million. Adjusted for inflation, literally no footballer in history has experienced an 8x salary leap this late in their playing days.
To really grasp the gravity of that Al Nassr contract, let's kind of microscale it for a second. £5.65. That is what Cristiano Ronaldo earns every single second. While you might buy a cup of coffee with that, he earns it by the time I finish this sentence. That's roughly £20,000 an hour and nearly £500,000 a day. Oh, and remember, unlike his contracts back in Spain or Italy, this Saudi income is virtually tax-free.
But wait, it gets crazier. That base salary? It's just the floor. The contractual perks elevate this whole thing to another level. He has a 15% ownership stake in the club itself, valued at around $45 million. Al Nassr fully funds a 16-person staff for his family, covers his private jet transportation, and hands him an £80,000 bonus for every single goal he scores, plus $40,000 for every assist. It is literally a bespoke financial ecosystem built entirely around one guy.
Which brings us to Section 3, the CR7 business empire, beyond the pitch.
So, off the pitch, Ronaldo employs this brilliant two-pronged strategy to maximize his earning potential. On one side, you have his anchor endorsements. We're talking his massive $1 billion lifetime Nike deal and the $2.5 million he commands per single sponsored Instagram post. But on the other side is his true masterstroke, transitioning from an endorser to an owner. With massive stakes in Pestina CR7 hotels, Insparia hair clinics, and Crunch Fitness, he isn't just renting his audience to other brands anymore, he's actually funneling them directly into his own proprietary businesses.
Next up, Section 4, ruling the digital world, the most followed human.
To fuel a global business empire, you need a massive global audience, and no human being on Earth has a larger one than Ronaldo. Take his YouTube channel, You Are Cristiano. It was sitting at 80.8 million subscribers by mid-2026, and he only launched it in late 2024. That makes it the fastest-growing channel in the platform's history. Through this direct connection to fans, he brings in an estimated $63,000 in monthly ad revenue, entirely bypassing traditional media.
And that massive audience, it turns directly into insane viewership. A collaboration with Mr. Beast sits at nearly 67 million views. A simple video showing his golden play button to his kids, over 55 million views. A couple's quiz with his partner Georgina has over 47 million. Across the channel, he rapidly generated well over 1 billion total views. The key takeaway here is that Ronaldo's brand is completely format agnostic. He is an absolute master at turning attention into monetizable engagement.
And finally, Section 5, a global real estate portfolio, storing the wealth.
So with all this money pouring in from mega contracts and digital platforms, where does he actually store it? Well, his carefully curated real estate portfolio. Each of his opulent homes actually reflects a specific era of his legendary career. There's his $5 million La Finca estate in Madrid, representing his dominant years at Real Madrid, or his beautiful $1.2 million Marbella mansion, which serves as a family getaway. These aren't just homes, they are architectural masterpieces acting as incredibly stable stores of value.
And what's really fascinating is how his hyper-competitive nature extends right into the housing market. For example, in 2018, he secured a sleek 3,100 square foot penthouse in Lisbon for €7 million by reportedly outbidding 2 other city millionaires. It broke all previous records as the most costly property ever sold on the open market in Portugal. And of course, it comes complete with a 360-degree panorama of the city, a spa, and a private gym.
But honestly, amidst all the record-breaking penthouses and sprawling Madrid estates, his $9.7 million coastal mansion in Madeira holds the most significance. It's his primary residence, and it's actually where his mother and brother live. It serves as a stunning reminder for all of us. No matter how astronomical your wealth becomes, a true foundation lies in staying connected to your roots and your family.
So we've seen the $300 million annual earnings, the tax-free Saudi contract, the hotel chains, the record-breaking YouTube channel, and that incredible luxury real estate. At 41 years old, Ronaldo has thoroughly conquered football, business, and digital media, transforming himself into a $1.4 billion financial ecosystem. So I have to leave you with this. What industry is CR7 going to disrupt next? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep feeding that curiosity, and I'll catch you next time.